Our red Protoss player from Incredible Miracle is Yonghwa. His opponent here in the upper right-hand corner is our blue Protoss player, MVP Tails. And as a reminder to everyone out there, in 2 weeks we are going to be at the fabulous Hard Rock Hotel in Las Vegas. Actually, slightly less than 2 weeks. It's going to be on the 7th of February, which is a Thursday. We're going to have a 4-man StarCraft 2 Invitational. We're going to have Corunta Esports Club's Lucifron, Azubu, Violet, Acer, Scarlet, and Grubby in attendance, competing for $10,000 in cash. If you guys are in Southern California, if you're in Las Vegas, and you want to go to this event absolutely for free, just go to go.ign.com/DiceIPL. Pick up your tickets. Then when you arrive at the venue, we'll even give you a free ticket to IPL 6.
Bam, easy. I think Tails is going to lose this game, man. He didn't go orange.
Ooh, yes. He's Sonic now.
Yeah.
And, that
he upgraded.
Yeah.
No one liked Tails, to be honest. He was cool because you got to fly around a little bit when you jumped onto him and he helped you out. But
yeah.
No, honestly, Tails is kind of he's the wuss of the Sonic.
He really
characters.
is.
It's
Yeah.
like,
just complains all the time.
Yeah. Highest pitched voice, more high pitched than mine, and
yeah.
just like it's not something you like, man. Well, we do have a probe on the way down to the natural here. Tails will be scouting. Notice Yonghwa isn't really active in scouting against PvP. He just likes to go with safe openings and then fall up into what he wants to go for. So Tails, it's like, what are you doing, Yonghwa? I got to figure it out, or I'm going to lose this game. He's actually going, oh my gosh, a gateway to a forge?
Yeah, I got up here and I saw the rally point, and I thought it was pointing towards the Vespian geyser, but it was slightly past that. And I was like, well, what is he going to do here? So Forge coming up, and here we go.
Oh dear, Tails. He maybe doesn't feel confident against Yonghwa here. Going straight for a photon cannon and rush right in front of Yonghwa. Yonghwa pulling the right amount of probes here to deal with the first pylon, but the other one is getting very close to being done as well.
Well, this is actually Yonghwa's pylon here to the side.
Oh,
so,
nice.
Yeah, there's only one pylon up for Tails now, and I'm not really sure what he plans to do with all of this. Did he cancel the Forge? Yes, he did. And so now he's just behind.
Wow, that was actually really sick from Yonghwa. I thought it was 2 pylons, but he puts that there, and immediately that prevents the probe from getting around to the bottom left and getting up a couple more probes. I think he just did that for a safety feature here, but still, wow, that was really, really smart from Yonghwa. So Tails now just forced to be behind, like you mentioned, and that is really bad in a mirror matchup, especially in PvP.
And Yonghwa now, he hasn't done a lick of scouting, but he's already perfectly countered what his opponent was going to do. Forge gets canceled, double gas comes up afterwards. How much Chrono Boost is saved up? Almost none.
Yonghwa just smirked and said out loud, probably, I got this. No problem. This is my game. We'll see what the plan is now for Tails. He's going to go ahead and get that Zealot out right away. Didn't cut it. He's got to have units out on the field just to be safe. But
yeah, honestly, Tails, he's not that far behind in the grand scheme of things. I mean, he was only 6 seconds behind on his Warp Gate research. We'll see how much Chrono Boost he actually ends up putting into it. He's basically the same number of probes, so things aren't looking too bad for him.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
I wanted to see what Yonghwa's followed up to. He did a couple of cheesy strats against Vampire, a couple of really aggressive ones, and this one he's going to go straight for an expansion. And you know what? Hey, on you, man.
Yeah, so this is a complete 180 to what we saw of him against Vampire. As you mentioned before, cheesy one-base strats, but certainly never putting down the Nexus unless he was forced to.
Yeah, he really seemed to enjoy being aggressive against Vampire. And it paid off for him. I mean, 2-1 was the series. So Nexus now going down, followed up into a Robo as well. And Tails going for his own Robo at the same time. He's actually getting really defensive, playing really safe, because he's afraid that something's going to be coming his way. Because he's like, hey, I tried to photon cannon rush him. He may just fall up at the timing where he has one warp in above me or something, because it's a little bit late. So go straight for the Robo, get ready to get Immortal out, and then fall up into probably a couple of gateways. Even that, look at this. Yeah, he's looking around for pilots and everything. He's so scared right now.
Oh, Warp Prism coming up now, and there's gateways number 2 and 3 coming up for Tails, so we'll see if he can get in and do some pressure with this. Now, of course, Yonghwa, similar situation. If he holds us off pretty well, doesn't take too much economic damage, and he is actually going to be in a fantastic spot. There's actually going to be a total of 4 gates, but of course these 4 gates are not going to be done until about the 7-minute mark. Then they're going to warp in, and by the time the units actually drop down from the Warp Prism, it'll be at about 7:30, at which point there will be plenty of units available from this robotics facility and multiple gateways from Yonghwa.
Yeah, Yonghwa's positioning is going to be really important here, because this Warp Prism is probably going to run straight to the main, then force field off the ramp. If too many units are on the low ground, then Tails will have a good position to do a decent amount of damage. But with Mortals popping out for Yonghwa, it's going to be pretty easy for him to hold this. Again, it just comes down to units and how he deals with it.
All right, well, here's the pickup into the main. Units are going to drop down, and this is actually going to time out fairly nicely. because Wargate just finished up and all these gateways are done and the Warp Prism's going to have 4 units ready to go. So this could still certainly do some damage. It's going to be nice for Yonghwa, though, to have that Immortal ready to go as soon as this hits.
So it's running straight on in. Does he warp in any sentries? No, just pure Zealot. So he wants to just do damage, take out pylons if possible, anything that he can get his hands on here. And it's going to go ahead and just deny mining as well, but with the Immortal popping out, the Stalkers, a couple of sentries here, it's going to be a little bit easier for Yonghwa to engage. And it looks like he's going to clean it up pretty nicely in the mineral line now. He just has to deal with the Stalkers, and Tails says, you know what, I don't want any more of that. It's going to go ahead and pull back.
So we mentioned before, if Yonghwa holds pretty well, he's in a decent spot. Now all he has to do is watch his War Prism. Now, of course, there is a Colossus follow-up to this, but Tails is going to be so far behind at this stage of the game. He doesn't have that second Nexus. He's not going to be able to double produce those workers for a while. He's not going to have that economic boost available to him. Doesn't do any damage to the War Prism there, which is a little weird. Just a slight miscontrol, but obviously he would have only done shield damage.
Yeah, I'm interested why Tails didn't get 1 sentry in there at least. You pin a good force field and have the Zealots charge up on the probes, you do a lot more damage there. You're not having to chase them around. Again, just 1 good force field and mineral line can really pay off really well for you, but Tails just chose to go for pure Zealot, and if your opponent's not paying attention, yeah, that wrecks more, but playing like Yonghwa, he's going to be looking, and now we have to get in the middle of the map, oh gosh.
All right, 4 force fields, 2 Stalkers. Tails does manage to sneak 1 out of there, but the supply tells the story in this one. Supply usually doesn't always tell the complete story, but it does here in this game. Yonghwa is just light years ahead in every respect, in terms of army, in terms of economy, and even his tech isn't all that far behind. Yes, his opponent has Colossus production, but 1 Colossus, 1 Zealot, and a Sentry. This is almost a comically small force. 1 of each unit that he can produce at this stage of the game.
Well, let's add a sequel to the story as well. He hasn't expanded behind this either, and we have Yonghwa on 2 bases. Oh my gosh, he's so far behind. He has to have Yonghwa essentially not engage on him and allow the Colossus to just do damage.
Right.
It's so painful. And Yonghwa is aware of it too. He has an Observer floating around the natural at the same time. He knows aggressive plays coming his way. He's quit pro production, moving up in Twilight Council as well in tech. He just has everything under locks right now. He's playing PvP actually really beautifully.
Okay, that's a pretty powerful army. He has 3 Immortals now done, and that's a significant problem for this Colossus. And the Colossus does have range, so it should be able to give it a little bit better positioning here. But Tails actually didn't have vision around those gas vents, so couldn't push his way out because he didn't know what exactly he'd be walking into. Forces his way back onto the top of this ramp.
So we're going to go ahead and get some Zealots in. That's really what he has to have, is hope that the Zealots get up on top of this army and he gets some extra damage in somehow. And here we go. Going to go start charging forward, getting pylons up as well. Can Tails break through this? These 3 Immortals get on this Colossus at any time. They're going to melt it very quickly. Here we go. 2 Colossi. Getting some free poke here. Guardian Shield has been popped.
All right, but 2 shots on that Colossus, and it's already down 100 points of its shields. It shows you how powerful those Immortals really are. They can sit and take damage for a little while. Nice shots, though. Good positioning as a follow-up to that for Tails, as he's using the 9 range of those extended thermal lance Colossi to sit back for a little while.
Certainly helping a lot. Going to land some force field. Nice force fields there. We'll be able to deal with Zealots right away. But we do have a concave here for Yonghwa if he pushes up too far. It's going to start melting a nice amount of that beginning army, and actually the army gets split up here for Yonghwa. We'll need to be a little bit more careful, but there's still just too many units.
Yeah, we still just got so much stuff right now. Although the Colossi, I have to say, are doing far more damage than I thought. Yonghwa did not engage that terrifically, and Tails was able to take advantage with very nice force field placement.
Yeah, Yonghwa needs to be careful not to engage on this ramp here. Tails is really abusing that the high ground advantage available to those Colossus that you can see at the top. But there we go, 1 does fall down. Sentry's being killed off as well. And he is just essentially swarming him here. Even Pro's being pulled off the line. Stalker's blinking forward, Colossus falls, and that is going to be game.
Yeah, even though it wasn't the best of engagements to start with for Yonghwa, he's able to rally back in the end, and that's going to be it. GG game number 1 going to Incredible Miracles Yonghwa. So Tails now just 1 game away from being eliminated out of this qualifier.
Really weird opening there for Tails. Maybe he's tired or something. Just wanted to finish the game right away, you know? We'll see what he does in gate number 2. I don't want to see him open gateway forward. At least go forward first, man. If you're going to do forward, go all in.
Yeah.
Be a man.
Be a man.
Mulan.
Yes.
I love that movie.
Every time I play Xin Zhao. Anyway, guys, we are going to run to a commercial break, and when we get back, it'll be time for game number 2 of this best of 3, the grand finals of IPL 6 International Qualifier number 1.